Hello guys, it's Jira Bro back with another video. First of all, I want to thank you all for participating and officially I've reached my milestone of 100 subscribers. So keep it strong, keep it going. Now, today's topic is going to be all about the boards. As a Jira admin, the very first thing and that we actually encountered when it comes to the boards was the actual configuration when you have the specific workflow for a project and you need to accommodate the board columns for that specific workflow as well. As your admin, you will be doing a lot of the configuration when it comes to the boards. So first things first, when you go to the configure board option, some might ask and say, you know what, I want to be able to administer the board and I want to keep everything under the control. So what you can do in here, you can add them in here as the administrators of that actual board. Some might actually want to have a different name of a board as well, so you're gonna be doing that too. Alright, so maybe I'm gonna name this Jira Bro board. I want to name it like this, and automatically in the real time the name updates. Then you have the filter option, and for the filter option, how the boards are actually working is based on the queries that were given. So in here, what you can do is you can create a filter, and when you create your filter, you can actually use that state filter to be applied on the board itself. So if I go for the to view all of the filters in here, and what I'm searching for is the filter for the Jira Bro project, as you can see, it is the board is based on filters, the saved filters, and this is what Jira does automatically. But you can actually change this by yourself if you actually want to do it. So for example, if I have this Postman project, now let me choose a better one. Yeah, here we go. And in here I'm going to create some of the issues. I'm going to say test, and I'm going to be assigning this to myself. I'm going to create this, and it's going to be like this. Now if I go and configure the board right in here, so I can filter this out, and it's ranked by ascending, and I can say, well, this is okay, but I want the assignee to be Jira Bro, right? So we go here, and I'm going to go for the search. I'm going to click on save. The filter for CM board 2 has been saved. Now if we go back to the project, and this is now what is going to show. So it's going to show, oh my bad, it's going to show all of the issues based on the query itself. Now the shares in here are defined is with the project company managed. So this actually means that this is only shared within this specific project. Now you can go ahead and you can also share this filter with someone. Say for example you actually want to share share with your colleague who is actually working in the development part, but for some reason they don't want to have the access to board. It's not a problem. You can actually share this with them, and they can actually see this. So there is for the viewers and there is for editors. So for the editors, I would suggest to keep it for the administrators. And for the project query, as you can see, it changed. So there is also the ranking, and it's not ordered by the rank. I really don't actually use this at all, so I'm gonna keep this as disabled. You can experiment this if you want. So, and then you have like projects in the board. You can actually view some of the permissions. And when it goes to the permissions, well, there are already known permissions that you can actually change. Alright, so hide completed issues older than 2 weeks. Okay, this is okay. So you can go ahead and say, I want to hide all of the completed issues older than 1 week. And this is actually something that I want to. Really depends, or it can be like, never mind, show all of the done features. So I can be like here, and it's going to show done. And of course, because I did it now, a week didn't pass. So, but according to this, it's when you select this on a project that you already have like bunch of tickets that were done, it's going to show all of them. I really wouldn't recommend that, because you want to be, focused on what was actually done, and when something was done, you want to actually kind of remove it. But for instance, if you're actually reporting to your stakeholder or something like that, it is a good idea to keep these issues on your board. Now you have the columns. Now in here for the columns, you have like workflow type that was on the Jira Administrator course, where we were demonstrating the first thing that you're going to do when you create a project as a Jira admin. So you also have a set of constraints in here. So it can be like for the issue count, or none, or excluding subtasks. Don't know, but I set this constraint as none, unless you have a specific business requirement where it needs to be seen how many issue count there is for each of these statuses, which could be quite useful. So this is where, when you apply your workflow to the project, you also need to apply those statuses within these columns as well. Then you have for the swim lanes. Now, swim lanes, it's actually quite, if I can say, simple. So if I go here and if I say like Jira Bro, the first and foremost, what is going to ask for me is the JQL query, because swim lanes are particularly based on the JQL queries themselves. So if you don't know the JQL query, I suggest that you should get to work. I'm gonna link some of the useful resources on that, and also I'm going to start my own series on the JQL, so stay tuned. Alright, so what I'm going to first type in is going to be project equals to company managed, and I'm going to say assignee equals to, I can go like and I can say like current user, but if I want, yeah, all right, it's gonna be the current user. What actually this means, if the current user, the one who is actually, well, logged on. All right, what happens now? So if I create this swim lane, well, what is going to happen in here? So if I go on and create another bug, all right, it's not visible in here. So it's based on the filters. It's totally okay. So if I assign this to me, and now if I go and refresh it, there you see it because I applied that filter. Now what happens in here? So as you can see, it's selected and the name now is Jira Bro. I'm going to create another swim lane so you can get to the point, you can get the idea what is actually going on. So I'm going to say I'm going to say high priority. And I'm going to say, and this is going to be only for the company managed project, and priority is going to equal to high. All right, and now what's going to happen is if I change this priority to high, as you can see, it kind of got, transferred into a new lane, if I can say it like that. So that's why it's called like the swim lanes. And as you can see right here, now it's within the high priority. Okay, we also have for the quick filters, and for the quick filters, they're actually appearing right here. So these are the quick filters, where you can create your own filters and you can actually filter out the board based on that specific filter. Now you can go for the card colors. This actually could be changed as well if I want to go for the assignee, and I can change in here for Jira Bro. So you might have other users in here. This is actually pretty great if you want to distinguish all of the assignees within a board based on something. And it's actually possible to actually distinguish them between by the colors. Or also you can go for the issue types and you can say, well, this is the change of color for the bug, for example. Not really using this. You can actually read this article if you want, but you're not gonna use this a lot unless there is a specific requirement for this. Alright, so also cards be configured to show up free extra fields. Yep. And so for the Kanban board, you have like the chart, days and column. So yeah, this is how it's actually gonna show, and I'm gonna add something in here. I'm gonna say, for example, I'm gonna add the assignee as the card layout. So there we go. And as you can see right here, what happened, first of all, in here is saying for who's actually the assignee, and as you can see in here it says Jira Bro, and now the color got green. Why? Because we're distinguishing the issue type of a bug in a green color, but this is not really practical because as you can see, the bugs are usually in the red color. But then again, it might confuse your users if you're actually using the red color, because The indication or red in that specific situation would be something that is in high priority and that needs the immediate action. So what I would recommend in here, if they're asking for car colors, make sure to ask for all of the requirements, because your job as a Jira bro, as a Jira admin, also as a Jira bro, okay, is to ask a lot of questions. This is really important because you want to gather as much as requirements as possible. Now, this is not like a product management type of a job, but then again, what they have in common is, first of all, you need all of the requirements that are needed. And if someone is asking for something that is not possible, you can tell them that is not possible and explain to them what is not possible, and of course always create a workaround for that specific requirement. Now for the working days, this is for the default timeline as well. Leave it on the enabled, and basically that is it. All right.